WAOH is brought to you in part by Ohio's #1 trusted real estate team, The Young Team. Online at theyoungteam.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Good Morning Akron. And today I am here with another guest running for the Akron Public School Board. We have Gwen Bryant. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am so great. And Gwen, I wanted to start you off with a question maybe you get a lot. Why do you want to run for school board? What makes you motivated to keep doing this?
I do get that question often.
Yeah.
So the reason is, I would say, is multi-tiered. Why? I was an educator in Akron for over 30 years and worked my way up through Akron. And so in my later years in Akron, I did a lot of professional development. And so learned the skills of being a facilitator and a trainer. But when I left Akron, I now work as a national consultant. So I travel all over the country. I've been in 47 of 50 states. And there are 13,000 school districts in the country. I've been in 500. And the only reason I know this is because my son asked me that, and I'm a nerd. And I said, let me go find out. And I actually went and counted.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that for the past 14 years. So I've had this journey of mastering my skills and learning about education and trying to keep learning as I go. And now that I'm starting to weigh that down a little bit, I wanted to come back to Akron because really they afforded me many of those opportunities to get what I'm doing now, to come back and contribute. I've always been a person who views my life as serving. That's one of the reasons why I went into education. And so I'm coming back to do that. But not only that, is that I've always worked hard to do what's best for kids. I've been grinding for kids since I was in college, starting at the Akron Youth Daycare Center, working to do what's best for kids. That's very important to me because I know that kids are our future. So I probably could go on and on, but those are the 2 points. One, I taught here, know the district, love this district, grateful to the district. And two, that whatever my capacity, I want to serve, but I always want to serve what's best for the future, which is our students.
Right. And you have that hands-on experience, which I'm sure helps.
Yes.
Of course. Now, I want to go into a little bit more of specifically you. What are some things that maybe you'll be introducing newly, some things that you'll be continuing, maybe some things that'll change eventually? What can the educators and the students of the Akron Public Schools expect from you?
So really, a board member's job is two things. Well, several things, but mostly it is to advise and be an advisor for the superintendent. You hire the superintendent, you hire the treasurer. You make policy to help support what the superintendent does. You really aren't involved in the day-to-day basis of it. At least you shouldn't be, because if you are, you're micromanaging.
Right.
But that's not your job. So as a result of it, but the board does bring on those policies that's best. So part of it, all of our jobs is to get to make sure that the district is meeting student achievement. So one of the things I know, because of my experience of traveling all over the country, there is a national teacher shortage. Period.
There is.
It's not just Akron. And so part of it is that people are leaving the profession early. Maybe it's not as attractive as it once was. It still is for me. But and then there's many options now for younger people. That teaching may not be where I have to go into it. There's other things. I might want to be an influencer, for instance.
Right.
I have a little cousin who makes a lot of money doing that. But so as a result of doing that, you aren't having that flood of people. So now we have to be competitive with districts around the country to get the best teachers. Unfortunately, because there's a shortage, you have many teachers who are now teaching students who are not what we call certified. They may have a college degree, but there's an art to teaching. You have to know the content, which you could probably, if I had a math major, I would know math, but it's the pedagogy to know how to teach it. So you
Right.
need both to do that. And so you need coursework and practice and mentoring to get to do that part.
Of course.
So one of the things I would like to do is to take the people we already have who bought into the district and afford pathways where they can get certified, in addition to making this district attractive where someone will go, oh, I want to come to Akron Public Schools. I was thrilled to come to Akron when I was applying for a job here. I was so excited when I got it because it was a top tier district.
Of course.
So I like to have that reputation back. So
Yeah.
how could I advise and help support those policies? That's one of the main things I would like to do.
Yeah, and it also, like you said, takes certain traits to be a teacher. I mean, not only do you need the correct certification, but as well as, patience, I'm sure, dealing with the kids.
Yeah.
Having your head screwed on completely. Like,
Yeah, mental adjustment makes a big difference.
right. You need to have those traits.
Yes.
And you mentioned a little bit of competitiveness throughout the school board, maybe. So why do you think people need to vote for you?
Well, one of the things, as I mentioned earlier, is I know this district, so it's not
Right.
like, I just left 14 years ago, but half the people in the district are people I still know that I left there. So I don't have to start from the ground running. I know the district in and out. I know laws because I have to deal with different state laws no matter where I go in the country. I understand how to do policy, but most importantly, I understand what it means as far as being an educator. So, but the other part is that unlike some of my colleagues who are running, I have a national perspective. So I've seen things nationally be done. This is just a little example. So say if they were going to buy a curriculum, I probably have seen that somewhere and could probably give the perspectives of what I've seen, what works, what doesn't work, and maybe some of the booby traps we could avoid by maybe not purchasing it, or the great things that we would get by purchasing. That's
Right.
just the minute thing. So I'm really wanting, because one of the things, I'm a resident of this area. When the schools go, so does your property taxes. Your property goes, so does the city. When schools are really the attractor to make people come to a city.
Right. You mentioned that you obviously have that expertise and that outside perspective. And we did talk a little bit about before the events that are upcoming that you're excited for. What are those? Could you give us a little bit of details about those?
Yes, there are two major forms, or they're calling them debates, but they're really forums where they're going to ask the candidates. There are all 8 of us. So if you want to see each candidate and you have not seen them,
Right.
hopefully you're watching this show so you can see them. But there's going to be, the next one is at the Akron Press Club. It's going to be at Quaker Square at the Hilton there.
Okay.
And so even though it's a charge for the lunch, you could still come and see the Q&A with the candidates. The second one is free, which the NACP and the Women League of Voters is also helping to support. And it's going to be at the library, which is on the 15th. So the one at the Press Club is on October 8th. The one for the NACP is October 15th. It's in the evening starting at 6 o'clock, and it's at the main library downtown.
Of course. And then where else can people find you if they're looking for you specifically, if they want to vote online?
Okay, so if you want to know more about me, I'm probably all over Akron. Anytime there's an event, I've been to more festivals this year.
So just go outside.
Yeah, you might go outside, you might see me flagging you, but no, for real. You can look on my website, which is www.voteforGwenBryant, and send a message, and I check it daily to respond to it. That's one way. And like I said, I'm going to I've been as small as to book clubs. I have a book club I'm supposed to go to because I'm trying to earn everyone's vote. So if you have a big event and you want me to come and speak to your participants, I'm willing to do that because I want everyone to hear what I have to say and the importance of schools and the importance of choosing the right people for it.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come on today. I really appreciate you talking with me.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Everyone, that was Gwen Bryant today with Akron Public Schools. She is running, so make sure to vote. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We'll see you next time.